Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Phenomenon. I just recently updated my crash course on the Augmentation Evoker, but wanted to show the rotation at some target dummies. In general, the higher up on this page a spell shows up, if it's available, push that button. So we're going to start by doing our buffs, including Ebon Might. Now, Ebon Might is going to show up on this bar right here. How many seconds I have left? Currently it shows 0.0. After we do our buffs with Ebon Might, we're going to do our ultimate move, Breath of Eons, by flying over the top of the pack. We're then going to land and do Fire Breath and Upheaval, which is our empowered spells. Doing those two spells is going to give us a 2 stacks of Mass Eruption. That allows us to target 2 different things with Eruption and mark them for bombardment. As bombardment hits, which is little dragons flying by and dropping bombs, it's giving us our ultimate cooldown, Breath of Eons, back. Until that happens, we'll be spamming Eruption until either our empowered spells come back because they're higher up on this list, or we need to pool resources because we've run out. If we run out of resources and we cast Living Flame or Azure Strike, but I'll be casting Living Flame, one of two things is going to happen. Either enough time has passed because I've cast Living Flame that I have 2 essence charges back, which is enough to cast Eruption, and if so, I'll cast Eruption. Or when I do Living Flame, I'm going to get a charge of what's called Essence Burst, which allows me to cast Eruption for free. And as I'm casting Eruption for free, again, time is passing, my essence is recharging, and I should be able to cast some more. So anyway, that's the basic rotation where you're trying to keep Ebon Might up as much as possible, and by nature of doing that, you're refreshing the cooldown on Breath of Eons. Okay, enough yapping. So here I've got one target with Skull and one with X. These are going to be the primary 2 targets that I want to hit with bombardment. These would be high hit point mobs inside a M+. Alright, so let's get going. We're going to do our buffs. We did Presence. We're going to do Ebon Might. We're going to fly over with Breath of Eons, turn around and do Flame Breath, and then Upheaval. We're going to hit 1 with Eruption and then 2. So now here you see this buff, and the dragons swooping by and dropping bombs. As they do, I'm getting charges, or getting cooldown on Breath of Eons. We've now run out of essence, so I'm casting Living Flame a couple times, enough to get back Upheaval. I'm then going to do 1 Eruption. I'm going to do my Flame Breath. And let's go ahead and start marking some bombardment targets. So there's bombardment. Cooldown is coming back on this. And I'm just going to keep hitting Eruption. Alright, out of juice. So I'm going to do 1. I'm actually going to hold on for this. So right now, because everything's about to come back, I'm going to do Living Flame a few times and pool my resources. Alright, Ebon Might just fired off. I'm now going to fly over the top with Breath of Eons, turn and burn my Fire Breath, as well as my Upheaval. I'm going to mark the X with Eruption, and then Skull with Eruption. That way I've got bombardment going and getting my charges back. And then again, we Eruption spam, 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 until we either get our empowered spells back or we run out and we need to do Living Flame. Now we've got our stuff back, our empowered spells, which is going to help us keep going. Alright, and we were able to cast Ebon Might again. But anyway, this is the general rotation, and if you keep this going and you have enough crit and haste, you can eventually start getting multiple clones of yourself out, and that's where it gets real fun. Alright, hopefully this was helpful. In the meantime, happy augmenting.